Welcome children of class 5 in your moral science class. Now first we are dealing with page chapter 5, patience. So what is patience? Patience with family. Now patience is when we are waiting for anything and we are not worried about that. Now patience with family is love. So when you have patience with family, that means you are loving your family. Patience with others, when you are having patience with others, that means you are respecting others. You are listening to them carefully, that means you are respecting others. Now patience with self, when you are patient with yourself, that means you have confidence in yourself, so you have patience. Now patience with God is faith. So now when you have patience in God, that means you have faith in God. You are knowing that whatever God will do, it will be beneficial, it will be useful to you. Now you can see here the children, they are waiting patiently and listening to the teacher very nicely with patience. Now here also the teacher is showing children, teaching children something. Children are listening carefully with patience. They have patience. You also children, we know that you have a lot of patience. So you are able to hear us, you follow us. So patience means knowing it will happen and give it time to happen. So patience, we are knowing that the thing is going to happen. If we will have patience, that means the thing is going to happen, and so we should give time for the thing to happen, and that is patience. As you can see over here, the children, they are waiting for the things, okay, and they are waiting very patiently for their turn. They are going to take something from the shop and they are waiting for their turn very patiently, and they know that they are going to get good thing from there. So we will do this reflection. Grief and sorrow do not come to us by chance. They are sent to us by the divine mercy for our perfecting. So we know that grief and sorrow, they are not coming to us by chance, okay, and they are sent to us by the divine mercy for our own perfecting. So let us understand first what is grief. So grief is the normal and natural response we experience when we lose someone or something that has had meaning in our lives. So when we have grief, then what happens? If we have lost something, when we have lost someone, and that person, he was very meaningful in our life, that person was very important, or the thing was very important in our life, then we feel very sad for that, okay. At that time we don't want to do anything. It is what we think and feel on the inside, what we are thinking, what we are feeling. It is numbness. We want to be quiet, we are sad, we have anger inside, we are feeling sorry, we are guilt relief, we want to be relief, and etc., all rolled up into one. So all the things, they are coming into one, packed into one, and that is our grief. Now grief never ends, but it changes. It's a passage, not a place to stay. Grief is not a sign of weakness nor a lack of faith. It is the price of love. So we should consider that grief, what happens? It never ends. It changes from one path. It changes its path. From one path he goes to the other way, and it does not stay at one place. Grief is not a sign, so we should not think it as a sign of weakness. Okay, we should consider it as our strength. When we will pass through the grief, when we are going to pass through the grief, that means we will become strong, okay, nor a lack of faith. We should not lose faith over there, and it is the price of love. So we should be love. We should have love in that. We should not become weak. Now, our sorrows and wounds are healed only when we touch them with compassion. So when we have sorrows, okay, when we have sorrows, when we have grief, when we have wounds in us, then what we should do, they will be healed, they will be made up when we will touch them with compassion, when we have love for them, when we have affection for them, then they will be healed, they will be all right. Then let us understand this. Grief and sorrow do not come to us by chance, they are sent to us by the divine mercy for our perfecting. So we have understood that what is grief and sorrow? Grief and sorrow, they have come to us, they have not come to us by chance. So God has sent those grief and sorrow to us. So those pains which we are having, the sadness which we are facing, they are sent by the God. And why God has sent it? The God has sent it so that we pass through that stage. Okay, when we are passing through that stage, then we will become perfect. We will have patience. We will have patience. We will become perfect when we face the challenges. When we face the challenges, then we try to overcome those kind of situations, and we become perfect. As you might have seen, it is that the gold, it becomes a shine, it shines a lot, it becomes shines a lot when it is passed through fire. Okay, so the same thing, when we have grief when we face through grief and sorrows, then we will become perfect, and God has sent it to us to make us perfect. And when we should not we should not forget God there. We should remember God. We should try to call God in those kind of situation. We should ask for the help of God, and we know that God is going to help us in all kinds of situation. So they have come to us. Why they have come to us? Because God wanted that this grief and sorrow should come to us, and we should face them well with laughter, and take it as a challenge and become perfect. So thank you. Now we are going to discuss reflection of chapter 5, patience. The first question is, do sufferings come to us by chance? So we know that sufferings, do not come to us by chance. They are sent by the divine mercy for our perfecting, so that we become perfect. We have read that grief and sorrows, they do not come to us by chance, they are sent by the divine mercy. And divine mercy is divine mercy is God. So God sends us so that we can become perfect. Now who sends us sufferings? So God sends us sufferings. By the divine mercy it is sent. So God sends us sufferings. Now why do we have exams in school? So we have exams in schools to test our knowledge and make us perfect. So if we have exams in schools, then our knowledge will be tested, that how much we know, how much we have understood, and then we can become perfect. Now would students progress more if there were no exams? Then no, students would not progress more if there were no exams. If there were no exams, then what will happen? The children, they will not read anything. They will not read. Because they think that now they would think that there is no exam, no need of studying. So they would not be able to progress. So exams are taken so that we can understand that how much we have understood, how much the children they have understood. Why do you think God sends us sufferings? So why God sends us sufferings? Because God sends us sufferings to test our patience, so that He can test our patience, that how, and have trust in Him, and He sees that how much trust we have in Him. And So if the sufferings were not there, then what would happen? We would not think about God. Okay, so he has sent us suffering so that our patience can be checked, our trust in him can be checked, that how much we trust in God.